The movie begins in a bustling subway station where a woman stands in anticipation, perhaps waiting for someone. As her eyes scan the area, they fall upon a pair of striking pink shoes, seemingly forgotten or abandoned. Drawn to them, she decides to try them on. However, just as she's enjoying their beauty, another woman confronts her, claiming she has seen the shoes first. An altercation ensues, ending with the second woman violently pushing the first to the ground and seizing the shoes for herself. Days later, the second woman confidently strides upstairs, the pink shoes beautifying her feet. Suddenly, an eerie voice fills the air, causing her to halt and look around in fear. To her horror, she spots an unsettling figure in the distance. Before she can react, a trail of bloody footprints rushes towards her. In the gruesome turn of events, her feet are severed, leaving the shoes to greedily absorb the blood that pours out, causing her to scream in sheer terror. One might wonder why the movie's titled The Red Shoes, when the shoes in question are pink. The sinister twist is that it's the blood from the individuals who wear them that turns them red, not their original color. The narrative then shifts to introduce us to Sun-jae, a loving mother and wife. We watch as she carefully prepares a meal for her ballet enthusiast daughter, Tae-soo, and her husband. Come morning, while readying Tae-soo for school, the little girl's mood is somber. She wants to wear her pair of red shoes, but her mother denies her this small pleasure. As Sun-jae and her husband drive to her workplace, she reminds him to pick up Tae-soo from school. He points out that Sun-jae could do the pickup herself and hand over the red shoes, which are in the car. The day takes a darker turn when, after a near miss with an oncoming car, Sun-jae loses sight of Tae-soo. Frantically, she searches for her at the ballet class, only to discover she never arrived. Hoping her daughter returned home, Sun-jae rushes back, only to be met with the painful sight of her husband in bed with another woman. Desperate to shield Tae-soo from this betrayal, Sun-jae spots her downstairs and quickly whisks her away to a nearby park. Amidst the ambient noise of children playing and birds chirping, Sun-jae tentatively asks her daughter if she'd like to stay with her for the night. To her heartbreak, Tae-soo chooses her father. Resigned, the two head back to their home, wrapping up an emotionally stormy day. In the morning soft light, Sun-jae and her daughter Tae-soo relocate to a dated building. To Sun-jae's surprise, they come across an elderly lady residing within one of the rooms, a squatter whom the landlord promptly ushers away. Undeterred by the apartment's state, Sun-jae gets to work. She sets about cleaning the space and addressing the problematic light, but as she attempts to fix it, the bulb bursts, causing a minor injury near her eye. Concerned, she seeks medical attention from her friend, the doctor Mi-hee. While tending to the injury, Mi-hee half-jokingly opines that Sun-jae might have been better off staying single like herself, rather than facing marital complications. The conversation shifts to Sun-jae's financial challenges. She hopes to establish an eye clinic and only needs some financial touches, primarily in terms of interior design. Understanding the gravity of her situation, Mi-hee kindly extends the money Sun-jae needs. Later, Sun-jae's aspirations of setting up the clinic get a boost when an interior designer named In-cheol approaches her. He proposes staying at the location till the work on the clinic is complete. Sun-jae is somewhat skeptical, but In-cheol insists it's essential for him to absorb the environment before starting his work. As night descends, Sun-jae finds herself on the subway platform waiting for her train. She makes a call expressing her dissatisfaction with In-cheol and requesting a replacement. As she gets on the train, a familiar sight catches her eye. The creepy pink shoes from the movie start. Before she can react, a sudden darkness envelops the train. Panic seizes her and she reaches out for the shoes. An unexpected hand grabs her, but when the lights flicker back, she finds the old woman from her apartment building, not a ghostly figure. Back at her apartment, as Sun-jae admires the pink shoes, Tae-soo enters, eyes widening in awe of the beautiful shoes. She's eager to try them on, but Sun-jae, protective and perhaps sensing something amiss, tells her they're too large and she might get hurt. At the In Progress Eye Clinic, Sun-jae discovers a captivating artwork placed by In-cheol. Surprising Sun-jae, he then takes her photograph without her permission, claiming it's essential for his design work. The day closes with Tae-soo unable to resist the allure of the pink shoes. Sneaking into Sun-jae's room, slipping them on, she looks at her reflection, envisioning herself beautified in a full ballet outfit. As days progress, Sun-jae's eye clinic is nearing completion. Wanting to celebrate the milestone, Sun-jae invites In-seol over for dinner. That evening, as the three of them, Sun-jae, In-seol, and Tae-soo, sit down to a warm meal, In-seol thoroughly enjoys the food, mentioning it's been ages since he had a home-cooked meal. During their conversation, Tae-soo mentions that her father had visited earlier. Sun-jae in disbelief cuts her off, assuming she's making things up. Tae-soo expresses her discomfort about Sun-jae's growing closeness to In-seol and abruptly leaves the dinner table. The evening takes a darker turn when Sun-jae's husband-mistress confronts her, demanding she give up her claim on him. In-seol intervenes, leading the women outside. Shaken, Sun-jae requests In-seol to leave her alone for some time. That night, Sun-jae is plagued by a nightmarish vision. She sees her daughter Tae-soo standing on the edge of a tall building, poised to jump. Sun-jae lunges forward and saves her, but as she grabs hold, Tae-soo's legs are severed, causing her to fall. Awakening from this horrifying dream, Sun-jae is relieved to find Tae-soo sleeping peacefully beside her. The next morning, Sun-jae's search for her pink shoes turns frantic when she can't locate them. Tae-soo cryptically remarks that the shoes aren't Sun-jae's. After dropping Tae-soo at her ballet class, Sun-jae finds the shoes and wearing them heads to her clinic. Later, she and In-seol enjoy dinner together. Afterward, he takes her to a house adorned with a large art, a portrait of his ex-girlfriend. As the evening deepens, they grow closer and share intimate moments. Back home, Tae-soo, now wearing makeup, discovers the pink shoes mysteriously back in Sun-jae's wardrobe. As the room is dim, she uses a candle for light. Soon, she finds a ghostly figure that turns into art from In-seol's house and then changes into a scary picture. When Sun-jae returns to the building, she encounters the elderly woman from the elevator, who reacts with shock upon seeing the pink shoes. Inside the apartment, Tae-soo tries to wrest the shoes from her mother, claiming they now belong to her. As they grapple, Mi-hee arrives, criticizing Tae-soo for her childish behavior. She then remarks on the apartment's size, to which Sun-jae responds that it's sufficient for the two of them. Upon inquiring about the tussle over the shoes, Sun-jae explains the mysterious allure they seem to possess. As Sun-jae freshens up, Mi-hee, overcome by a sinister urge, slips into Tae-soo's room, longing to try the pink shoes for herself. She forcefully takes them into parts. Once she's gone, Sun-jae calls her, questioning why she upset Tae-soo. Mi-hee, sounding oddly ecstatic, promises to return the shoes the following evening. But as she strolls, her surroundings turn eerie. She hears haunting whispers and catches a fleeting vision of Tae-soo. Suddenly, an unseen force seizes her, causing her eyes to pop out. Lifted into the air, she's thrown into a nearby storefront where a large shard of glass falls, severing her leg. One morning, In-seol presents Sun-jae with an intriguing photograph of a woman wearing a shoe strikingly similar to the infamous pink ones. Sun-jae, however, dismisses its significance, asserting that many shoes share a similar design. Just as she's making her point, she receives a distressing call about Mi-hee's tragic accident. At the scene, while identifying Mi-hee's body, a detective informs her of a high school girl who's been desperately searching for her missing friend's shoe, which curiously matches the description of Sun-jae's pink pair. Disturbed by the revelation, Sun-jae returns home, all the while sensing an unsettling presence shadowing her. Upon arriving, she's horrified to find Tae-soo in possession of the creepy pink shoes. Overcome with emotion, Sun-jae confronts her, snatching away the shoes and even resorting to striking Tae-soo when she resists. Determined to rid herself of the cursed footwear, Sun-jae disposes of them in a nearby trash bin. On her way back, she encounters a peculiar woman, shockingly missing shoes. The eerie atmosphere escalates in the hallway of her apartment building. The lights begin to flicker unpredictably as the shoeless woman's ghost manifests and vanishes repeatedly. But the terror doesn't end there. Once inside, Sun-jae is met with the chilling sight of Tae-soo wearing the pink shoes, dancing creepily. As Sun-jae implores her to remove them, Tae-soo's legs hemorrhage profusely, resulting in a flood of blood pooling around her foot. The trauma lands both mother and daughter in the hospital. Upon waking, Sun-jae's alarmed to find the cursed shoes by her side. Repulsed, she flings them away only to become further unhinged by the sight of her injured daughter. It's In-seol who steps in, attempting to console the distraught mother. On the hospital's rooftop, she confides in him, recounting the bizarre events linked to the shoes. In-seol is baffled, particularly over how the shoes found their way back to Sun-jae, even within the confines of the hospital. Sun-jae, beginning to doubt her own perceptions, questions In-shul, wondering how he knew of their whereabouts when she doesn't recall notifying him. He insists she had called but abruptly ended the call. Wanting answers, Sun-jae produces the photo In-shul had shown her earlier. Pressing him for details about the woman depicted, In-shul clarifies that the image is merely from a widely circulated magazine advertisement. In a bid to uncover the mystery behind the photo, In-shul and Sun-jae head to the advertising agency responsible for its distribution. Much to their surprise, they learn that the haunting image dates back over 6 decades. Despite their best efforts, the trail runs cold. The agency holds no records, indicating the identity of the person captured in the picture or the photographer who took it. Desperate for answers, Sun-jae reaches out to the high school girl previously mentioned by the detective. Through their conversation, a chilling pattern emerges. It seems that whoever takes possession of the cursed pink shoes from the last owner meets a gruesome end. Sun-jae comes to a horrifying realization that Tae-soo's life is in danger as she has taken the shoes from her. This curse also explains Mi-hee's untimely death, since she had taken the shoes from Tae-soo. In the midst of this conversation, Sun-jae and In-shul find themselves trapped in a traffic jam, attempting to distract Sun-jae from her rising panic. In-shul shares a morbid observation about how intense love can sometimes drive someone to commit unthinkable acts, including murder. He suggests reaching out to her unfriendly husband to inform him about Tae-soo's hardship. However, this comment stirs anger in Sun-jae, leading to a heated exchange. The tension peaks as Sun-jae, overwhelmed, bolts from the car. Concerned, In-shul chases after her, eventually soothing her. Back at her residence, a sense of foreboding looms. After bringing Tae-soo home, Sun-jae is plagued by a nightmarish vision. She dreams of Tae-soo being violently drawn towards the ceiling, which subsequently ruptures, unleashing a torrent of blood that engulfs the room. Startled awake, the terror of the dream lingers. As the morning breaks, Sun-jae stumbles upon another mysterious photograph. This time it depicts a hunchbacked woman who bears a striking resemblance to the elderly neighbor living downstairs. Armed with the cursed pink shoes, Sun-jae and In-shul confront the lady. Without hesitation, she implores them to return the shoes to their rightful owner, launching into a tale that promises to reveal the origins of the curse. The story transports them to a time gone by. The old woman, much younger then, was in the service of a talented yet cruel dancer named Oki. The narrative hints at a connection between Oki and the sinister pink shoes. Oki, a dancer with fierce ambition, was green with envy towards Kiko, another dancer celebrated for her natural talent. Kiko's growing recognition is solidified when she receives a pair of stunning pink shoes, a gift from a fellow male dancer who is in love with her. However, joy turns into sorrow when, while expecting a child, Kiko witnesses her lover in a passionate embrace with Oki. Devastated, she attempts to flee but tragically tumbles down a staircase. Seizing the moment, Oki takes Kiko's life. The male dancer, tangled in guilt and love, aids Oki in concealing Kiko's body. Overwhelmed by a macabre desire, Oki chooses to dismember Kiko's feet to retrieve the coveted pink shoes, but her decision to wear them comes with a price. During a ballet performance, she finds herself unable to control her movements, and when her male accomplice attempts to help, a supernatural force takes hold. Both meet a grim end as they are inexplicably lifted by a rope, their lives taken as the shoes slip from Oki's feet. It becomes clear that Kiko's spirit seeks vengeance, holding both Oki and the male dancer responsible for their treachery. The elderly woman relates this harrowing tale to Sun-jae, cautioning her that she could meet a similar tragic fate unless she returns the shoes to their rightful owner, Kiko. In search for redemption, Sun-jae visits Kiko's final resting place, placing the shoes by her grave with hopes of ending the curse. However, she soon discovers that Tae-soo, under external influence, has accused Sun-jae of murdering In-shul. Oki's malevolent spirit, having possessed Sun-jae, drives her to pursue Tae-soo, threatening her life in a chilling subway chase. In an emotional twist, Sun-jae regains her senses just in time, saving Tae-soo from imminent danger. But the ordeal is far from over. As Sun-jae desperately searches for her daughter, she is confronted by Kiko's spirit, which reveals the truth of Sun-jae's actions under possession. She was responsible for the deaths of her husband, Mi-hee, and In-shol, and even attempted to harm Tae-soo. Cornered and desperate, Sun-jae attempts to flee only to be caught by a terrifying, twisted manifestation of Kiko. The final scenes showcase Tae-soo enveloped in the art of ballet, practicing within the confines of her mother's room, yet the movie leaves us with an eerie revelation in its post-credits. Another unsuspecting woman discovers the cursed pink shoes in a park, suggesting that the haunting saga of the shoes is far from its conclusion. Thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next video.